The music, the lyrics, the sounds we create, that rhythm that beats in our hearts, mixed and then mastered, perfectly framed together to be a piece of heart. Did you hear it?
What up, y'all? Welcome to Piece Apart. I am your host, Miss Ruby, and right now I want to thank the user You the Riot, or You the G Riot, for requesting this song. Prior to this, I hadn't gotten into Ab-Soul, and I think this song did it for me. My interest is officially peaked. So we get a lot of bars in this, half of which don't need an explanation and the other half that may. I'll just break down the lines that stand out most to me, and you guys can tell me the lines that stood out most to you in the comments below. So in hearing the title, I automatically expected the story of some character living a chaotic life that was inadvertently heroic and revolutionizing. A sacrificial mortality that was fought until the very last breath, a peaceful parting, a beautiful death. It's not that. It's more present. The focus of the content in the song is on the chaotic world today and how we make it harder than it has to be. What if we'd all agree on peace and unity, we might all have a shot at dying beautifully. If you look into Ab-Soul and Black Hippie as a squad, you'll immediately recognize their viewpoint on life and liberty. Soul especially, he doesn't take anything too seriously because he admits that he doesn't have all the answers. But he does seek truth and he does speak courageously about evolvement. Here are the lyrics. My only fear is fear itself. I ain't afraid to die, more afraid of myself. I like that he begins the song similar to its ending, and I concede with these lines in that death is a part of life. So I don't fear it as much as I fear not living my life well enough to die in peace. Skipping ahead, I'm just an American expressing, give me some credit. Okay, I like that line because in it I hear a triple entendre, and those are hard to write, so look. First, American expressin is the act of him expressing himself, openly and honestly. So instead of bashing him, just give him some credit for speaking up. Second, it can be heard as American expression, and when we quote people's words or expressions, we credit them, right? A tag, a reference, a link, etc. Thirdly, American Express is a credit card company. Dopeness! Won't be surprised before I rise, I'm beheaded. This reminds me of Kendrick Lamar's line in High Power where he was talking about a similar thought and said, and I want everybody to view my autopsy so you can see exactly where the government has shot me. It's like there's this fear embedded in us that if we fight for change, we might have to die for it. History has proven that to be true, so I understand the thought. Skipping ahead, I just wish they all could see what I could see. If we could stop it with the violence and apply a little logic, I believe we could thrive to be a promising civilization. We may die individually, but as a nation, revolutionize. Let's be better. We might have to sacrifice our lives individually, but it will be for the greater good of humanity. We'll rise, change lives, break ties from the everyday lies. The line I'll take with me from this entire song is in the hook where Soul says, it's our time until it's our time. Another double meaning. It's our time to live it up and make a difference until it's our time to die. Death is a promise, but until it comes, there's life. In the second verse, the lines that stood out to me most are, and all I see is confusion and chaos, blatant disorder, authorities picking on the minorities. Unfortunately, this land of the free has little to offer me. America is known as the land of the free, so we see that his comments are aimed at this country specifically. Skip ahead. I'm tired of being broken, even worse. The upper class act like they don't want me on this earth. In America, there's a clear distinction of the classes, and it's no mystery that the rich, at least most of them, want very little to do with the poor. And even though they don't feel it, every bit of their passivity to our pain makes it harder for us to survive. This life will drive you crazy, only if you allow it. Okay, pause, retweet, like, favorite post, share, quote, tag. And everything else you can do to promote the fact that we have to be stronger and take responsibility. There are too many people sitting around on slave ships waiting to be rescued. Don't let this life drive you mad. Just like Soul says in the next few lines, when you cower away, you give the power away. Unpause. The third verse is delivered by Top Dog President Punch, and the first few lines that pop out to me are, pardon my immortality, I'm Martin Luther shooting back on that balcony, escaping the Lorraine until they called in cavalry, Alpha 184, oh Lord, nobody blasphemy. You can't just assassinate him like you did Martin Luther King because he's fighting back. The Lorraine is the name of the motel that Mr. King was assassinated at. Calvary is the place where Jesus Christ was crucified, and Alpha 184 was supposedly the name of a secret squad delegated to go in and finish the job if the shooter didn't. But he says nobody blasphemy, a play on the word blasphemy, meaning if the backup squad comes in, don't shoot back at them. So all in all, Punch is introducing himself as a revolutionist turned martyr, ready to die for the cause. If you listen to the next few lines, he elaborates on that, but I'm gonna skip ahead to this. And according to my likeness, his breath of life is priceless. A person's likeness is their image, and Punch has created his image as being immortal, and you can't put a price on that. So since this line follows the description of his unborn child, he's basically saying that that child will also be immortal. My enlightenment's the ancient Chaldeans penetrating America to its very being. I'd never heard of the ancient Chaldeans before, but I guess they were a group of nomads who ruled the Babylonians for nearly a century. And Punch explained that they directly influenced America's religious ideas. So he's enlightened just like they were, and he's aiming to have just as great of an effect on America as they did. In the event of my demise, I'll be bigger than life. I don't know about y'all, but I felt like he wrapped up his immortality claim by saying if they kill him like they did the martyr Jesus Christ, he'll be resurrected and live on to have more power than he did in the flesh. But Punch confirmed that the line was referencing one of Tupac Shakur's lines. And he is claiming to be bigger after death than before, but more like Tupac was. Tragedy after tragedy, I know it's sad to see America killing their babies like Casey Anthony. In the bridge, Soul makes a reference to Casey Anthony, the woman who was recently in the news for killing her baby. And even though she was found not guilty, clearly Soul believes she was. What do y'all think about that? We promised pie in the sky, I'm dying to get a piece. Pie in the sky is an idiom or a figure of speech that basically means reward after death. Saying he wants a piece is like a literal desire for a piece of pie, and also saying that he wants to go to heaven after death. He concludes the song by saying, put down your piece, aka guns. I wish you all a beautiful death. So moving throughout the lyrics, you see both rappers coming from a place of pity for the American society and journeying to a place of resolution. This is like hip-hop gospel. Some people probably don't understand, but the reason why I resonate with songs like this is because they connect. Like, before you can pull the car to its destination, you gotta hook it, right? I know their use of profanity can make you question their positivity, but I'm positive that they're rapping therapy for disease and not the other way around. What y'all think though? Can death be beautiful if life is lived well? Can America be better if we finally really unite? Do you have a different interpretation for their lyrics? Let me know in the box below, and thank you for joining me today on Pieced Apart. It's Miss Ruby, signing off. Put down your piece. I wish you all a beautiful death. Peace.
Did you hear it?